breaking news, but Ruben Neves is gone. Basically, he's going to Saudi Arabia. It looks done. Um, big fee from Al Hilal. Apparently, it's going pretty well according to Romano. Apparently, Neves is potentially open to it. It's not 100% done, but it looks like it's going to 55 million euros. I don't know what. Actually, that's like 50 million pound for a guy with a year left in his contract. Wolves are in ridiculous financial issues. We need the money, and I don't think this could have gone any better for Wolves. I don't know why some people are moaning about it on Twitter, but we'll get onto that in a minute. In terms of the effect it has on Wolves, I don't think it has as big of an effect as some people make out. Look, Ruben's obviously brilliant. He's always had consistent numbers for us. He's been great for years. He's been our best player over the last 3 years. He carried us out of the Championship. I think he struggled in the first couple of Premier League years, and I think Matinho kind of helped him out a bit. But that's fine. That's not an insult, and he still played a big role. But if Wolves want to move forward, we've all known we need to kind of move away from the Matinho Neves thing, and I think Lamina showed, and Jai Gomez as well, that you can get like mid-table level Premier League players for pretty decent money, and all the things Neves offers, I think, are either replaceable or we shouldn't have to replace, if that makes sense. So he's always had brilliant defensive numbers, Ruben Neves. I think it's always been a bit of a myth that he's not a good defender or he should be played higher up. He's a very good defensive midfielder. He's always had consistent defensive numbers. He's always been around 3.5, 4 tackles, sometimes a bit higher. But I think Lamina and João Gomez have showed, and even Boubacar Traore to a certain extent, you can just buy a player who can come in and put up some good defensive numbers. So I don't think we'll miss that part of Ruben Neves' game too much. Which that's not me insulting Ruben Neves. It's just being honest. um, and obviously he scored 6 goals. He's always can put up consistent goal numbers for us. I don't actually know what his lowest goal scoring season is, but it's probably not that. Okay, he scored 2 in his first season, but he's always had like 3 or 4 goals. And of course, you'll miss that having some goals from midfield, but a lot of them have been pens and set pieces. And we shouldn't have to rely on a defensive midfielder scoring worldies. So although we'll miss it, we should be aiming to move away from that anyway, if that makes sense. So I don't think we might miss it, but we shouldn't have to because we should be moving away from that. And then in terms of what, he's always been brilliant on the ball. Numbers don't reflect how good he is on the ball because of how, we don't always have high possession. So I don't think it really reflects his numbers. We're a pretty middling side for possession in the league. I think we're ninth. So I don't think his on the ball numbers are reflected, and we will miss that. When you look at the other midfielders at the club, Lamina, Traore, João Gomez, Nunes, none of them are particularly great on the ball. So we will miss Ruben's on the ball ability, but we were going to miss out with Matinho anyway. So I assume we are going to buy another midfielder who can do that. So we will miss that part about Neves, but I think the defensive numbers we won't miss. We shouldn't miss his goal scoring output if we buy the right forwards. So then you're kind of just replacing his on the ball output, and we should be able to replace that with 55 million euros if that is the the price that comes in. And this is just a perfect move for Wolves. There's literally there's no bad things for us. We've got the money, especially when he's got a year left in his contract. We don't have to watch him play for Man United or Arsenal every week, and we're not going to get screwed over by Barcelona like a lot of people think we have in the past. It solves all our financial issues. We've got the 6 year service and all the memories, which we never thought we'd get when we signed him. We thought he'd be gone after a year or two. And who cares if it's a good move for Ruben Neves or not? Like, look, I love the bloke, but he's great. He's apparently, I know Romano said it's not 100% done yet. I get it. But if this does go through, he's not being forced at gunpoint to sign this move. He's been paid very well for it. So, and he's still got years left. But how old's Ruben? Is he 25, 26? He could go Saudi for a couple of years and then just go on a free to a Champions League club or come back to Wolves. Who knows? But that's a him problem. If no big Champions League club wants to buy Ruben Neves, that's not our fault. That's not the club's fault. That's Ruben Neves' fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds harsh, and I love the guy, but it's not really my problem what he does afterwards. After he leaves Wolves, is not. I still love the bloke and wish him well, but I don't care where he goes after. If we get our money and we've got the use out of him, if that makes sense. And we're already pretty stocked in midfield anyway. It solves all of our issues, and I mean, it doesn't solve all of our issues, but it solves most of them financially. We're already selling Jimenez, Pedence, Jose Sarr, these guys, Reine Nuri. We'll probably get like 50 for those combined, maybe 40. Add this on top. You're getting nearly £100 million in player sales. Maybe you'll get some of the Gibbs White add-ons. Vinagre's already done, but we will make money. Maybe Ryan Giles will leave. We're going to make money, and this just helps it even out. So all of a sudden, I know it's weird saying when your best players are leaving, it's a W, but There's no downsides to this, unless you're really sentimental and want Ruben Neves to go play for Real Madrid. Personally, I don't care. I hope he gets that one day, but I care about Wolves. If you're watching this, you're probably a Wolves fan. You should care about your own club more than Ruben Neves' future. And if he wants to do this and he's greenlighting it, it ain't my problem. And to get 55 million for Ruben Neves, we paid 15, right? So we've made an extra 40 mil and got 6 years. So this is literally perfect. I don't know how some people are moaning about it on Twitter. Now, I said that on Twitter and some guy called me an idiot or something. I was just like, I don't get how you're arguing this. Like, this is literally perfect for Wolves. And I really hope it goes through because it goes from maybe looking like a horrible window where everything's done to all of a sudden, because of this news, we might be safe. And shout out to this guy, by the way. I didn't even know he was like a week ago, and he broke a big story. So, yeah, fair play to Ruben Neves, and I wish him well. But I'm all of a sudden quite excited for the window. It feels like we might be able to get some of our targets in. And if we are moving towards buying players in that kind of 10 to 15 million pound range, we can get like 5 or 6 of those with this Neves money. And if a couple of those come off, we're in a good position. So, and also it doesn't drag out as well. Like Lopetegui says he wants his squad in early. Of course, Wolves want to buy players early. This sets us up for a summer. You don't want this dragging out until the end of the window with Barcelona again. So, yeah, I'm happy about this, and I think if you're a Wolves fan, you should be happy about this. So, yeah, I've got nothing else to say. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, peace.